are the voyages of the starship Enterprise. Its 5-year mission: to explore strange new worlds, to seek out new life and new civilization, to boldly go where no man has gone before.
Welcome back, everybody, to the landing party. We had a week off last week because of San Diego Comic-Con had thinned out our ranks, but we're here ready to roll today. And your captain's log is Stardate 2507.30, episode 61 in our efforts to get through all 3 seasons. And we're talking about Spock's Brain, written by Gene L. Kuhn, written as Lee Cronin, as we talked about last week. He had already left Star Trek and was working at Paramount. Was it Paramount or Universal? He was working on It Takes a Thief, and he wasn't allowed to work for Star Trek anymore, so he had to write under a pseudonym. This is directed by Mark Daniels, who directed more Star Treks than anybody, and this is his last one. I can see why. The universally hated Spock's Brain is not the worst episode in the series' history, but it's close. In 1968, the topic of organ transplants was hot in the media. In December of 1967, the first heart transplant was undergone in South Africa. The recipient lived all of 18 days, but the genie was out of the bottle, and the surgery was eventually perfected and has become commonplace in 2025. This was the starting point for Kuhn. All great stories begin with what if. Since the brain is an organic computer, what if Spock's brain was taken and used to power a computer that controls a civilization, a controller, who incidentally is a repurposed nomad in this case? Yeah, well, you may start with what if, but the answer to the question isn't always a good one. The teaser and the first act of this episode is actually quite good. An alien hottie beams on board the bridge, incapacitates everyone, and when they wake up, they find Spock in the sickbay with his brain removed. Drama and mystery to get us up and running. When they get down to the Arctic planet is when the wheels come off. Fans of the show that worked so hard on the letter-writing campaign to save Star Trek were understandably disappointed that this is what they were treated to. You can't undo a first impression, and they should have led off the season with Spectre of the Gun. That is your captain's log for today, gang. Let's bring in the crew. We've got Cox Sprain. That's Star Wars girl, who's actually Star Trek girl. On our show, and Aaron is a pain and
delight.
And a delight. Yeah, that's right. See, I thought it was pain and pain in the ass. You know?
Ron. I don't even know where to start with this one because it's
you were not Morg.
It's entertaining in such a weird sort of way, and yet it is so bad.
You are not Morg. Yeah, they never really explain who Morg is.
Yeah, they said it, and then they just kind of.
Is Morg?
Wait, is it Morg or Morn?
Morg, M-O-R-G. Morg are the troglodytes.
Right. Yeah. You mean the guys dressed up in the sheepskin? Those are called Morg.
Yeah, and then the women were the E-Morg.
Dude, and I gotta say, right out of the start, how funny Star Trek not only predicted the future from the past, but it's like this episode, it was like they went into a time warp and they talked to the guys and nobody knew what a woman was. Remember? The guy's like, he's like, well, where are your women? What is a woman? You're female. What?
No.
They obviously speak perfect English.
I know that was.
I know.
They got no word.
Universal translators.
They didn't.
They didn't have them.
They didn't have them back then.
translators.
I think they did.
Well, you know what? It's funny because they talked about using the universal translator in this, but it opened up so many holes because now when they use the universal translator in Metamorphosis, it was a cloud creature, so the voice could come out over the unit. In this one, we're having the actor speak, and how are they going to translate that? Like he's got to say something. Is he just going to mumble garbage and then the universal translator translates it in English for us? It became a real hassle for them, so they just said screw it, they'll speak English.
Well, yeah, that was
that's the least of the problems.
I know that was the only thing wrong. I do like the premise of taking Spock's superior brain and using it to control this civilization. But like you said, the premise, it starts off good, but boy,
that's so true at first when you watch it. It's been again years since I've watched it. When you first start watching, I'm like, it's actually a cool idea. It was actually pretty cool at first. I was like thinking about it, go, man, that is a cool idea. Like they wake up and Spock's brain is gone, and but they just drop the ball by the time we get to the planet.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly right.
And then it's just a ludicrous commentary on men and women and pain and delay. I would love to be there to see how the delight that these dudes were getting. You're just sitting in chairs like, yeah, woohoo, doing back dances on.
Here comes the pain.
When you were writing your captain's log, did you happen to look into if any of these writers were getting divorced at the time?
No,
that might make a little sense.
yeah.
There was. Go ahead.
There's so much. Sorry, go ahead. If somebody was talking,
go ahead, Aaron.
No, I was just going to say that there was a commentary here that it's like you can't put women in charge. You know what I mean?
True. Exactly. But you can see that there's some slight sexism going on there when McCoy's like,
bless you.
Don't bother Jim. She's got the mind of a child.
Yeah.
And then they get to the room and she's like, what? She can't even, because they devolve so much because they have everything taken care of for them, which is actually another good commentary of today with all the cell phones and the AI. Nobody's going to think for themselves anymore. So you can kind of see where it's predicting the future again. I got to give Mae Jill Barrett props though for her acting in the scene where they first get zapped on the Enterprise.
Dude, she hit her head.
Yeah, because everybody kind of just goes, and then she's like,
yes.
Dude, but she hit her head. Did you see
she
that?
spazzed into the camera. Like she knew where the camera was set up, and she's like,
yeah, she really gave it her all, boy.
Yeah.
Whereas like the DeForest Kelly just kind of goes, oh,
yeah.
Get
it over with.
Yeah.
She's like, here's my chance.
Dude, when they were in the conference room with the women the first time, and he's like, what have you done with Spock's brain? And they had the belts on, and she hit him with the pain. Oh my gosh, he was so over the top.
Yeah.
He's always like that, though.
Yeah. They even talked about that.
He was in fine form.
By this point, he was really just, chewing the scenery.
Yeah.
When these really stupid scripts would come in, he would just, and the directors, I think at that point in the third season, they just didn't want to deal with him, because the strong directors are like, you look at the first season, he is so subtle, he is so great in that first season.
He's under control.
And most of the second season too. And then we get to the third season, and then all the tropes that you think of William Shatner, all that crazy shit is all from the third season.
Yeah.
A lot of it, most of it, right.
Mark Daniels is my favorite director because he was always doing stuff with the camera that a lot of guys were just setting up and shooting. But there's that nice when you come back from the commercial break after they're waking up and they find that Spock's missing or whatever. There's a real nice camera move that goes in and around and pulls back on the bridge, and you get to see the whole thing. And I was just like, for a TV director at that period of time in 1969, I guess,
Mhm.
it was like,
With a cut budget too.
Wait,
Yeah, it was like-
which part are you talking about? Where he's
okay, well, when the girl shows up, right, and everybody goes to sleep and she touches Spock's head, then you got the commercial break at Fate. Then when you come back in, everybody's unconscious and starting to wake up, and the camera starts over the control panel where Sulu and Chekhov would be, and it moves down and around as Kirk gets up and then pulls back to show everybody on the bridge. It was just a really nice camera move, and you're like, that's a pretty nice move.
I know what you're talking about, but I was too entranced by watching everybody's acting. Like I love to watch everybody's acting in the background. Like one of the guys that, if you're looking at the elevator, to the right of the elevator, the guy who was running the panels there gets up and he's like, and then he kind of just goes like this and he starts fixing his wig.
Oh, really?
I didn't see that.
And then he kind of, he's still acting. And then the security guard really pushed it to the end. Like one of the security guards, they're squaring off on each side of the elevator. And one of the security guards keeps going like, as after Kirk gets off, he walks onto the elevator, he's really just like, these guys really, they don't have much of a shot. And all, during those moments where the camera's going to be on.
Well, remember that guy in Space Seed where they're all in the conference room and Khan is trying to get them to turn to him, and then Kirk releases the gas and Khan holds his mouth and goes running out. And then there's this one guy at the table, a red shirt guy, and he's like coughing and he heads towards the door and he realizes he's not supposed to go towards the door, and he hits.
So that I would say ranks up there as one of probably the top, if not in the top 3 worst flubs of that show. Like just ridiculous, where he runs out and then runs back in.
Gotta get some more gas.
Wait, I gotta pass out in here.
I remember reading this commentary on not the Wild Bunch, but the Magnificent Seven, and how Steve McQueen used to piss off Yul Brynner by, even when Brenner had lines and they were in the scene together, he was always like twirling his hat, doing something to draw attention to himself. Yeah. And that's what made me think of what Ron was talking about, the security guy in the background, like the whole time still doing something so he'd be noticed.
Yeah, that scene in the Magnificent Seven where they're going to take with the two first meet and they're on the hearse and they're taking the body up to the burial ground. There's a part where Steve McQueen is going to load the shotgun and he takes the 2 shells and he brings it up and he goes, shakes it, puts it in, shakes it, puts it in. Like, what is that? What do you? But it's like you can't take your eyes off of him.
Yep.
He's scene stealing. He's ring twirling. He's doing all those things that
he's acting, Graham.
Yes.
Well, I thought in this episode that Spock was kind of glib through the whole thing. Even when they were talking to his brain, it didn't seem like he was on character the whole time.
He seemed very unconcerned. He almost seemed like he was loving doing what he was doing.
Like, exactly. Don't say
he was really getting off on floating and nothing.
Yeah,
his mind just going.
I mean, the whole putting the brain back in the head was just so badly done. I mean, it didn't mess up a hair on his freaking head, for one thing.
No, he gets right up. There's not even. There's again, you have to just assume that they're so advanced that he gets right up and out of there, and there's no scar. His hair's grown back in. I mean, he had to cut his skull off to get the brain in.
Right.
And he's just in there like a few inches into that hole.
Unless they used the transporter and we didn't see it.
Transported his brain back into his head.
Yeah.
Yes.
How's McCoy gonna?
But Bones had to connect all the ganglia.
That was what drove me crazy. Was he's talking about reconnecting everything. I'm like, everything that you need to reconnect is right back here, man, not on top of his head.
Well, he's also 3 feet above his head.
I know.
He's like up on this platform, Spock's way the hell down there.
It's like he needs to be up. Yeah, exactly.
That's the way brain
shouldn't Spock have been on his belly?
They have like
Yeah.
microscopic like tools, right? So they're usually actually kind of far away because they're looking down through a screen and they're using those tools because like you can't be that close to the brain.
Right. In
At least
modern-
from my knowledge of watching Grey's Anatomy, that's what they do.
Well, and during the whole time where McCoy is operating, right, Kirk's off to the side explaining to this chick how wonderful their life is going to be. We're going to put you up there with those cavemen and see what happens. Oh, it'll be great.
Yeah, and the
Yeah.
freezing cold ice.
Yeah, and I'm like,
Right.
you build
You,
houses.
of course, have to go to the surface.
Forget
Yeah.
everything down here.
Why don't they bring them down here?
I know.
What do you think those cavemen are going to do to these
You'll
women
learn
as soon
to
as
live
they
in
let
the
them?
cold. Trust me, you'll love it.
There's going to be a lot of rap going on.
Well,
Oh
we'll get them
my
together.
God.
That's for sure. They'll be warming up real nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They think they're the pleasure before. Wait till they.
Yeah. So without the pain.
Wait till those cavemen make them go make them sandwiches, then
Oh my
They're
god.
all sitting there too, and they're all like a couple of them weren't the troglodytes up top when they were in that room. A couple of them looked like just bodybuilder looking actor dudes and
Yeah.
some kind of nice clothing, and they're just sitting there after having basically
Well, they
just
have those like pain belts on, so they're
Yeah.
just the
They
puppets
couldn't
of
get
the
too much
lady.
delight without a little bit of pain. No. So who were those dudes? They weren't cavemen from the surface that were brought
No, they
down.
were.
They
So
were.
that- yeah, because
They
that's
just
why they
went,
had
yeah.
the food in the cave. It was to lure men in, so that way they can use them for their servants.
Okay, so
I
then
like
they-
how
they
when
groomed them up a
when
bit.
Scotty's analyzing, he says, there's a humanoids over here and they're large, they're big, and yet these guys were the most out of shape looking dudes,
They were
Well,
tall,
it was
and they weren't
clear.
that tall.
It
well, they were
was
taller
very-
than Kirk.
It was
Well,
very
anybody's
Not
taller
hard to
than Kirk.
do.
it was very clear which of the men had more pain and which one had more pleasure. The guys sitting there who were all good looking and stuff with their hair done, they were getting a lot of pleasure. The other dudes were just getting shit on all the time.
Yeah. The one guy that they stunned or they pumped him for all the information, that dude, was like, maybe he was a little bit tall, maybe he was 6 foot, but he was skinny, he didn't have any muscle on him.
He looked like the drummer from
starving.
Cream, Ginger. What's his name?
And when those
Ginger.
guys woke up down in the conference room, some of those women were like, remember there was the blonde dude, down, and they were feeding him like food. She would like put food in his mouth. I'm like, I wasn't really sure what the dynamic was. There was like, are the chicks in charge or are they serving these dudes? And how come the dudes have the pain belts on? And if they are in charge, why are they feeding the dudes? It was just, I couldn't figure out.
It really just seemed like some under the, some, just some commentary, social commentary in there.
Yeah, it didn't land really well though.
What's that?
It didn't really land though. Whatever the commentary
No,
was, it was a little
definitely think it
confusing.
was there.
Yeah.
Hey, we got to thank Rick 1662 for that $9.99 super chat. Thank all of you for doing such a great job. Very entertaining. All right,
Which-
to the landing party. Thank
Oh,
you.
you ain't seen nothing yet, baby.
you are not Morg.
Here comes the pain and delight.
Well,
Pain,
I can
rock,
see the pain. I don't see the delight.
Yeah, where's the delight? Somebody came up to me at San Diego. A guy came up to me and said that he loved the landing party. He said he thought we were the best Star Trek show on YouTube.
Nice.
He said because we actually care about the episodes, we get into them and discuss them and break them down. So, and
Yeah.
Anna couldn't take it anymore, and she was just out of here. But I thought it was really nice, and so there you go. I'm passing that on to you guys.
Yeah, we heard from people at Garden State too talking about it.
Yeah.
They enjoyed the show, so that's great. That's really great.
What happened to our girl here?
I don't know. I know her.
She was beamed out like Spock's brain or Cox's
Yeah.
brain, perhaps.
Imagine Anna's brain running that place.
I kicked myself out. What did I miss?
No,
I was saying, imagine your brain running that planet.
No, Aaron, finish your story.
No, I was just going to say somebody came up to me at San Diego and said how much they enjoyed the show and our commentary. And he did say, and I told you this at the show.
Oh, yeah,
he goes,
the guy that disagrees.
he goes, I got to tell you, I usually agree with you guys. I never agree with Anna, except on Next Gen. He goes, she's right on Next Gen, but the other stuff. So,
Well, that means he disagrees with you because you and I agree.
yeah,
pretty
except
much,
on a couple
pretty
key
often.
points that
City on the
Yeah.
Edge of Forever sucks, and it will always suck. You guys are all wrong.
Wow, shots fired.
What was that? What did you say?
She said that the City on the Edge of Forever sucks, and we're wrong.
we'll always be wrong about it.
You
so.
really need to just close your yap about that one.
No.
Shut up.
As much as this one is universally voted the worst episode, that one's voted the best episode universally.
Yeah, but she
Not my
likes
favorite,
this.
not my
Wait,
favorite.
she's going to tell you how much she
I
likes
like
this
this episode better than the City on the Edge of Forever.
That's absolute abject insanity. Which
That's, yeah.
Oh my god!
Wow. That's yeah.
it's like when she says it, it sucks all the energy out of you because you just.
This
When-
one is
when-
at least funny. The other one is not.
Well,
Anna,
okay.
when you say that, Anna,
You know,
Man, I love the Three Stooges, man. They
oh
are-
yeah, especially the Curlies.
this episode, this and the Omega Glory are probably the two silliest episodes of all three seasons. However, I do like the Omega Glory because there's something at stake. There's a lot of fighting. There's danger. This is just silly and
Yeah,
boring.
it's just one quick episode on a set,
Yeah,
like on
exactly.
a bad set, you know, where. But again, it had the potential to be something really special, but they
Really did.
couldn't get it over that hump, you know. Like even like when you go in there, you could see what the budget they were working with. Like it would have been really cool to actually see Spock's brain floating, with
Right.
you know, with all these things connected to it and everything else.
I know,
And-
considering they had those brains and the gangsters
know.
of Triskelion, like
Right.
you would show.
Just use one of
Spock's
those
brain.
rubber brains. Yeah, from
But you,
Well, we
you
already
know,
know Vulcans have green blood, so just get a green brain. There you go.
It
yeah,
would have been really cool, you know, even that, you know, and then have it be real aliens that look weird. Like,
Well,
you
what
know,
if they had like all of the old
Hot chick.
brains from like their former, I don't know, computer people in the background, and one of them was labeled Abby Normal? That would have been.
did they ever explain who built this amazing computer?
No.
it
and
was
all
the
that technology.
predecessors who lived there, like
yeah, they said it was. They didn't explain it, but they called. What did they call? She called them something.
the old something,
Maybe
old
something
ones?
like that. Yeah, the same old ones that
Yeah,
made.
but it
One of
wasn't-
the ones that made
it's-
rock.
yeah, but they were a technological society at first, you know, and then they built that thing for the women. Spock describes it when he comes out of his, you know,
Yeah.
when he first
The
gets reconnected.
schism.
Yeah, he said there was a schism, you know, because you know they put the women underground to help to save them, basically from
Right.
the cold, because they were bitching and moaning about how cold it was.
Right. Well, yeah.
Go figure.
Yeah.
So they, they put them down there, and you know, and then that's when the schism happened. They were so warm and comfortable that they started ruling it down there, and then the men weren't allowed to come down unless they, you know, for whatever reasons.
For pain and delight.
But how many hits on that helmet does she have to take to be able to actually run that society and everything? Because she's pretty
Well,
dumb.
she wasn't. There was a brain in there previously that finally kicked the bucket.
Oh yeah, well in the computer thing, yeah, but I mean that ran all the electricity and all the power and everything, but the society itself, you know, she was the leader. You know, did she have to?
Well, she
Take-
said it. Yeah, because she said it was designated like a time when she would have to put on the helmet.
Yeah,
And so she can only
Yes.
put it on when the thing's dying, so that way she knows how to go get another brain. So I bet you it was still running, and then she just swapped it out.
Yeah, when she put it on, especially during the pain, the pleasure moments, like, you know, then she had to do both pain
I
and
think
pleasure.
that was called the orgasmatron, wasn't it?
I think
The,
It's just like a dominatrix, pain and pleasure all in one, the same thing.
Well, if they had the helmet, what do they need the brain for, right? I mean, it's like if all the
Because it
intelligence-
only lasts for a certain amount of time, and you know, and
3 hours.
No, I mean the computer, the supercomputer that had the intelligence where you put the helmet on. Why couldn't that have just run the society? What do you need an organic brain for? at the same time.
Because her brain wasn't, she couldn't keep things running for, she could only do things for 3 hours, then it's just gone, and then she couldn't put it on right away again. It was only a certain, like, she could
Well,
only
no, I see what Aaron's saying is that this organic brain, whether it be Spock's brain or whatever it was that was running the computer system beforehand that was crapping out on them, that's kind of an odd thing in itself, that you've got this organic thing as the controller that is running the computer things, and it's good for, what did they say, 100,000 years or something like that. That's sort of an odd mix to have technology and organics into.
that's the way they were on that planet.
Well, my point being that why Spock should have been controlling the controller. They shouldn't have been two separate entities. They should have been this. If you're going to have the brain running everything, then it should be the thing that's giving you the knowledge. He should have control and access to that. And he didn't really seem to.
Still needed somebody to walk and talk and go.
Right. But I mean, what I'm saying is he should have controlled, the brain should have controlled everything, not just, the water and the power. But then you've got this computer over here that teaches all the dumb chicks how to be smart. Well, why wasn't the brain doing all of that? Spock should have had more control, or the brain should have more control. It was weird how it was limited.
I'm not following. Doing all of what, though?
Well, okay. The helmet, right? The knowledge helmet, right? Yeah. That was controlled by a computer separately from what Spock was doing.
No, it wasn't controlled.
No, I think it was all part of the controller.
Yeah, it was. Well,
everything that is run on that planet is run by the controller.
The brain, the helmet was just the vast
transference,
the vast stores of knowledge that the previous civilization had.
Right.
They left in there that they could use when they needed to. Mm-hmm. But the controller, wasn't the same thing. It was just a separate machine.
Well, like she had to learn how to fly that ion ship too. I mean, she couldn't just to go get Spock, in that really cool looking ship that they remodeled for the
for the
redone versions. That was a really cool looking ship.
Red and yellow thing.
Yeah.
Are we supposed to assume that because Spock was in control of everything for a period of time there, that gave him the knowledge to help McCoy reattach his brain?
No, he had most of it done already. It's just that McCoy was just sort of, he kind of ran out of gas at the end, and Spock knew enough to,
Yeah, but why would Spock know more about attaching
exactly?
McCoy?
Yeah, I thought that too.
Yeah.
So I gave him the benefit of the doubt and said, well, maybe because he was in the controller and had access to all this stuff, maybe he had knowledge.
Right. And McCoy even references that, says, I'm never going to live this down. That Spock's teaching.
Yeah, that Spock's telling me how to operate.
They obviously thought about that.
Yeah.
I can give them a pass on it, I guess.
Yeah. It's sort of weak, but, we're asked to accept all kinds of measures of disbelief here to bypass disbelief for so many other things that
it really did have a wonderful opportunity there. If it were me, I would remake that episode into something like, imagine Spock's brain controlling something like V'ger.
Right.
Like if that's what he had to control, or something like that, something just really immense instead of a little.
Well, when Kirk was describing, like, where am I, and Kirk is describing to Spock that he's hooked up to this machine that is held in place by these lights, but what we're seeing are like these fiberglass tubes, so like I guess there was supposed to be like lights, like some type of laser or power lights or something like that, which in a modern budget with computers and stuff could have been really cool to have this thing all lit up. How like when you take those things in the brain where they're firing, all those things are firing.
Yeah,
and have them put some more scale into it. Have them walk in, and it's this massive, immense thing where they're small, and then Spock's brain is way up, and it's just got millions of freaking tendrils coming off it.
Yeah,
or just to give it scale instead of obviously it's a budget thing, and I get it. So like we said, it had potential. It just,
Yeah.
as soon as we got to the planet, I saw the guys who looked like they were rejects for the extras from the Planet of the Apes movies or something.
Yeah. I thought they looked like they came off of Gilligan's Island.
Yeah,
Oh
You
my
know?
God.
I mean, there was no dirt. I mean, they didn't look like they ever, skinned an animal or anything.
They're all huddled together, like pointing over there. It was stupid.
Yeah.
And they all,
You know what would have been interesting too is if you put Spock in a position where he's got access to all this knowledge and then controlling everything. It would have been nice to. It would have been cool if maybe his brain had developed this sort of godlike complex, and maybe he's like, they have to save him against his will.
You mean like Gary from Where No Man Has Gone Before?
Yeah, kind of thing. I mean, he wouldn't necessarily be. He might be more passive in terms of not being evil and aggressive, but kind of like, he like his mind is opened up to just such a bigger thing, and it's kind of like, you guys are ants. You don't even, like you said, the whole V'ger thing. You put him in a situation like that, and it's kind of like that's going to change his perspective.
I felt like he was kind of you touched on it before. I felt like he was kind of going in that direction. Like,
I guess,
yeah. He talked where he was just like, "Oh, Captain, you can't. You're going to have to just leave and let my body die because you don't have the time." I'm sure the doctor explained to you how much time we have, and and he seemed almost like he didn't seem upset or like, it was no big deal. He's like, I'm in this place where there's no walls. That he just
there's no emotions either. It's all perfect logic, which would make him
fascinated by the whole scenario. He almost seemed like he didn't want to leave.
Yeah, but they could have intensified that more because he just to me seemed very glib about the whole thing, and I was just kind of like, it'd be nice.
No big deal.
Yeah, if he'd been a little bit more.
Now we've talked about a lot of the negativities, but there is one positive thing about this episode is that we're treated to Kirk Fu. There's some more Kirk Fu in this.
Yeah,
jumping over the table and
yeah, and then he does the half body chop and.
And then you got all the stunt when the camera pulls back, and all of a sudden it's stuntmen.
Yeah. Well, you noticed that, and granted, they're older, but you saw that Scotty and McCoy got their butt kicked, and Kirk had to go in and like basically beat all three of those guys by himself. Yeah,
it's funny. I thought that because he gives them the chop over the back of the neck and everything, and it actually made me think about why that was and how he just had much better martial arts training than they did. And I was actually thinking that during that scene.
See, I think Scotty's a brawler. I mean, he's a drinker, a pub crawler. I think Scotty could take care of himself, whereas Dr. McCoy, he's going to get his ass kicked.
Yeah.
So a couple moments when McCoy held his own. I remember him karate chopping somebody.
Yeah, he got somebody out with the old karate chop.
For the world is hollow and I've touched the sky. I think he fights in that one too, but he's compromised because he's sick.
Yeah.
It reminded me of the brawl in the Trouble with Tribbles in the bar. That's immediately what I thought of when they started fighting. I was like, oh my God.
Imagine if they used the same music for that scene.
Yeah. Or it was kind of that goofy sort of circus music while they were fighting.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. And what's his face was stealing drinks,
Yeah.
Like Keystone
Jones.
Yeah. But
I need our guy that keeps stats. Is it the fiction method? Is that our guy?
Yes.
I got to know what I gave some of the lower episodes because I'm not really sure where I'm coming in on this. I got to make sure that I need to know what I gave Paradise Syndrome because I got to kind of gauge it against that.
Well, I'm actually going to have to get going here soon because Peaches' friend from high school is here from out of town.
Oh, okay.
So we're going to go out to dinner.
Come on.
But no. Like we're meeting them out for dinner. Yeah, so we have to leave to go.
What kind of restaurant?
We're going somewhere by Disneyland. Like they're here with like the family to take the kids to Disneyland. So Peaches wants us all to go like with the baby.
Nice.
I've never met these people, so I don't know anything about them.
Okay.
Except they went to high school with Peaches. But my rating for this is 6.
6.
Yes, I give it a 6 out of 10. Which is gonna make
move
Aaron
her off the show.
That's the same thing I gave
No,
the Fantastic Four.
I'm starting to suspect that Anna, before every episode, drinks.
Romulan ale.
He's like slugging down that rum. It's green.
It's
Yeah.
green.
Romulan
Oh,
ale is
We did
blue.
it. We did it.
You and me.
You and me,
You and me.
the poor
Yeah, I think
thing.
as silly as it is, I think it's fun. It's not one that if it's on, I immediately turn it off. I'm like, oh, okay, I'll
I
watch it.
agree
It's
with that.
silly. It's entertaining. Does it make a lot of sense? Not really.
No.
But is Shatner
Aaron,
a little over the top?
Aaron.
Yes. But it's funny.
This is the mind of a child.
Oh my god. Listen, when you go to Disneyland, is
You'll
It's
get
a
nowhere
Small
with her
World the
around.
most incredible ride? No, but you watch it for the sentimental value, or you go on the ride for the sentimental
You
value.
had
It's not
sentimental
Space
value
Mountain
for
Bus.
this episode.
Yes.
There's sentimental value for you for this episode.
Yes, because
Please
it's so
explain that
iconic.
Sentimental
Because
value
it's so
for
iconic.
Spock's brain.
But I have to go before Peaches comes
Billy's
in
got
and
a
turns off my
chat that
computer.
includes Anna. Read
I
the
just
super
wait,
chat,
Billy.
Sam.
Safe journey.
All right, we'll see you, Anna.
Okay, bye. See-
thanks.
what's next week?
Oh, next week is there In Truth No Beauty?
Oh god.
Which one's
Yeah.
that?
That's the one where the
Good villain.
Medusa that makes
Dr.
people crazy.
Oh, I like that one.
Ah!
Hi, everyone.
Isn't that like Catherine Muldoon or whatever her name
Yeah,
is?
yeah. Hey, the
She's-
Tooch is in the room for $5. Hey, party, Anna and Aaron. It was great seeing you at SDCC. Ron, looking forward to seeing you next week. We'll miss
You
you,
too,
Graham.
bro. Brohim.
Where you going to see Billy next week?
At
Oh,
Mohim.
Terrific Con.
Yeah, whatever happened. We can't talk.
You
about
know
it.
what happened.
Well, I know. I didn't know if anything happened after.
No.
No.
So,
Yeah.
no.
Mm.
There's a couple people agreeing with Anna in the chat. I find that very disturbing.
I'm telling you, man, she was part of that colony. She was one of those women on there. I mean, that's literally the level of like the feeling. I mean, when she talks about sitting on the edge of forever and everything is feelings and emotional, sentimental value about Spock's brain, I just can't fathom it. Whatever.
Well, Fiction Method likes next week's
We
episode.
love our Anna.
We do. Anna's awesome. She's so much fun. All right.
All right, your turn, Aaron. Oh, is it my turn?
Yeah.
I need
We
fiction
still
method
got-
to
we
come
still
through
got
with my score. Hang on a second. I need fiction method to come through with my score on Paradise Syndrome.
That was one of your least favorites.
I hated that. Well, I gave it a
Was
boost
it
because the obelisk was so cool.
Right. I want to say you gave
Didn't
it
like Queeramani.
Oh, whoa, Aaron, you gave it a 5.
Well, the obelisk, I was better than I remembered. And the obelisk boosted it. Okay, I just want to make sure that I know. Thank you, fiction method.
Yeah.
Because
But you're like Anna gave this a 6, and you
Yeah.
gave that one a 5.
well, I think you did too, though. You gave it a 4, maybe.
I don't remember what I gave it. Fiction Method, what did I give it?
I think I gave it a little better. I think
Yeah, I think you were actually better than me on that one, Ron.
it was like a 6.5.
You were into that whole Miramani thing, so
Well, yeah, if I recall,
He just likes to say that, oh, Miramani. Oh, I love my Miramani.
I liked the way she looked. That's for sure.
Yeah,
I found it.
she had nice legs.
I found her
She did.
acting at the end, her being pregnant. I found it moving and sad, so I gave it more.
Oh,
'Cause it was
okay.
a
So
female-
I gave it a 6, and Ron gave it a 6.5.
Yeah. So
you mocking me for giving it a 5? You guys, man.
No,
You guys run
I
Romulan
was
nail.
I was just in comparison to Anna giving this one a 6.
Oh, well, yeah.
You know.
yeah. Oh God.
I don't know if I think see the other thing is I think I like this better than The Children Shall Lead because at least it's goofy. Where The Children Shall Lead is just
Oh,
I can't remember what I gave that though last week.
Yeah.
I think I gave it a 4, a 3 or a 4.
Yeah, I think I gave it a 3 or
God awful all the way around.
I hate that one.
Well, but I think we all
I
talked
would
about
turn
it.
it off.
And said, didn't we all? Was that the one we said it wasn't as bad as we remembered?
Well, I think we're saying that about all these season 3 episodes, but they're still.
Yeah, but specifically
Yeah.
in Children Shall Lead, we said it wasn't quite as bad as we remember because in the beginning, I'm trying to remember what we said.
Yeah, there was something in the beginning, I think, where we thought, yeah, I think you're right. I think we did think that one actually.
Yeah. We'll have to look back at.
Yeah, okay. So Aaron was a 3. You and I were a 3-5.
Right.
And Anna was a 2-5. Okay.
When the Children Shall Lead. Okay, so the question then is, where does this stack up to Paradise Syndrome and the Children Shall Lead? I mean,
Right.
this is.
Well,
See, I'm with Anna on this. In that this is entertaining. It's kind of like that.
It is.
That
it's so
thing
bad.
that,
Yeah.
yeah, that you're like, oh, this is so ridiculous. I'm gonna watch this. Whereas some of them, like that are really bad, like the one with the space hippies. It's like it's not even really entertaining. It's just kind of
annoying.
That was
annoying.
the
Yeah.
worst episode ever. I hate that episode, but again, man, I will say there's just something about Nimoy. There's nobody better at showing no emotion. Like when he's just walking around as an automaton, you really believe there was nothing in there.
Yeah.
He kind of gets up here, they control him. There's like, Jim, he's not feeling any pain. He controls him. He goes there and grabs her wrists.
Yeah, I like that. There's like 5 buttons, and he
Kurt knows how to do each one.
Yeah, with the finger.
But then, I mean, 5 buttons for all these motor responses. He's got to walk over there. He's got to grab the wrist. He's got to press the right button.
Yeah. Well, and also,
why did he press the button and Spock got a heart on?
Oh,
oops, sorry, Spock, wrong
oh,
one.
that's
like, wait, and he can't get it off.
I know it's the mating button.
Circuits.
He's pushing the mating button. Oh,
The pon far button.
This pun, yeah. It's the red one. Don't press this.
McCoy's like, Kirk's like, what button is this? Bones. What button is this? He's like, don't press that one. It's the pon far button.
well, also every time they did the pain belts, everybody was like knocked out within seconds. But in this one, Kirk's fighting through it to like maneuver the remote control for like,
Right.
Well, that was just the pain one. The other one was the unconscious button.
Oh, is there? There's different buttons.
And then I like how when the Enterprise, all the lights came on, everybody woke up right with the lights coming on.
Power was restored.
Yeah.
It was just restored at the exact same moment.
Yeah.
All right. Ron, are you going to give this a grade?
Did you give yours?
You didn't give it.
Well, you're in front of me. You're up top.
Yeah, but you were talking about what your old grade
Well,
was.
I'm trying to prepare myself. So
Go ahead. Oh, say it.
Okay, if I gave Paradise Syndrome a 5 and I can't stand it, and I gave The Children Shall Lead, would I give it a 3? Or yeah, and I can't stand that. This is better than Paradise Syndrome, except it isn't. It's more enjoyable. It's more enjoyable, but it's not a better episode. So I don't know what to do. I guess I'm gonna.
Well, if it's more
How
enjoyable,
do you-
it's a better
how do you-
episode.
What? You don't think this is a sillier episode than the Paradise Syndrome?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Absolutely not. The Paradise Syndrome is far better than this episode. I mean, I totally agree with you guys that it's entertaining, but
That's my
being
point.
A better
It's-
episode. It's
Yeah,
clearly
okay.
not
It's a terrible episode, but I don't watch the Paradise Syndrome when it comes on because it just annoys me.
Well, let's do the technical aspects of it. Paradise Syndrome at least had a nice location.
Yeah, an obelisk was impressive.
Like planet.
The only live
obelisk was
location of the 3rd season.
the only what?
Only live location shoot.
Live location.
third
You had a nice
season.
live location. You had a very nice, believable attraction from Miramani to Kirok.
Oh, Miramani.
Because
I
he's
think
this
it
guy.
was-
Naturally, she's attracted to the alpha, the god guy. That's
Yeah.
that's true to female nature in a lot of ways.
The god that bleeds.
Yeah, and then you had the Rudy, whatever his name was,
Yeah, the Italian.
the Italian dude who was an Indian with his big jowls on it. Yeah. It's just a better episode. I mean, I thought it was very moving at the end. You know,
Well, okay.
they
All right.
truly
Yeah,
fell in love.
It
They
had
truly
heart.
fell in love
Had
with
more
each
heart.
Shatner was truly in love. He didn't remember who he was, but he still felt free because he didn't have all the weight and responsibility of being a starship captain in his mind.
Right.
He was had to hold him down from being actually happy and feeling something he hasn't felt in God knows how long. So, I mean, I just think it's vastly superior as far as the depth of it. This was a cool premise. I'll give it that. It's definitely a cool premise, but it literally just hits a wall right away. Boom. As soon as they hit the planet, it's just ridiculous. It's like they could have done anything but that and have these perfectly English speaking guys who know perfect English, but they don't know what a woman is.
Right. Or a mate.
It reminds me of modern society today. So
Yeah, it was kind of like, well, what are these guys doing up there? You know?
yeah. I mean, you're going to tell me you don't know what
caveman, do you know what a woman is? No. Okay, you can go into Congress.
Yeah. Yeah, you're gonna be the Supreme Court. That one. I'm not. That's not my area of expertise. You don't know what a woman is? Well, I can't comment. What?
Yeah, shut up.
Lunatic.
Okay, so are we just going to look at this technically and throw out emotion? Because
I did. I brought up emotion.
There is none in this.
The Miramani Kirk thing, had tons of emotion. This has no emotion in it. I mean, it not that it's supposed to have.
No, I mean, just your reaction to it. Like, I find this entertaining to watch because it's so bad.
Yeah,
so
I agree.
That counts for something, and yet it's like The Children Shall Lead is probably a better constructed episode than this is, but I can't stand that episode. So it's like, how do you? It's got to be better than The Children Shall Lead, even though it's not, and it's got to be. It can't be quite as good
premise. I mean, both. You have to go from the premise of both. And The Children Shall Lead, they had a premise, and they really went with the premise and thought it through to the end, but it just wasn't an entertaining episode. It was annoying.
Miscast in a couple places.
Yeah, I mean, it had a premise, but it wasn't anything real science fiction about. It was just this. It was more religious in nature, where this one had a great science fiction premise, but it just fell flat. So, I mean, it's probably.
Then I'm going to give him a 2. I'm going to give it a 3 and tie it with The Children Shall Lead because I hate both of them, but for different reasons.
Well, I would go up a little higher if I were you because it had hot chicks in it.
Oh God, that's true.
I mean, the leader there she's not bad.
She was good. And the
Better
go-go
than Melvin Belli.
And there was something that turned me on about how dopey she was.
The other girl, the girl they encountered,
and then turned me on again when she put the thing on. All of a sudden, she was intelligent and smart, and that turned me on.
Yes,
so
she got very wordy.
Yeah.
And then it was like, okay, we don't want any more of this chick.
No.
Right. Okay, so does it make sense for you? I mean, I really need help with this because I'm really. So I'm going to put it then. I think that's a good point. Because I do actually, I don't watch it, but if it's on, I wouldn't necessarily turn it off because it's entertaining. So, all right, let's go with a 4 and I'll just leave it at that. Let's go with a 4.
Brain and brain. What is brain, Aaron?
Okay, now it's a 2. It can't be worse than The Kids. So
I actually love that scene where she says, "Brain and brain. What is brain?
Brain
controller, right? Controller."
Yes.
And then Kirk like you're gonna believe this guy? Oh, the mighty controller. Like,
yeah. And then he gets on his knees. On his knees like this. I'm like, oh my God, what are you doing?
She should have said, on your knees. You're on your knees.
Yeah. And
you're kneeling.
Now you're kneeling.
I don't even know what to give it. It sounds ridiculous to give this episode a 4. Now I'm going back. I'm giving it a 3. It's just so dumb. I just can't. I'm sticking with my 3.
But
It's
I
a
thought you
3.
just said it was entertaining, more entertaining.
It is, but it's so stupid. And at my intellectual level, I can't. I want to give it a 1. It's so stupid. But because it's entertaining, I'm giving it a 3.
On the premise alone, it deserves a 3. So you can go up from there, I think. I mean, for entertainment value, if that's what you really want to do. The premise of the children shall lead is
What are you,
really,
the grading coach? What's this guy come up with his own grade?
he's asking me. What do you want me to say?
I'm trying.
You're on your own, dipshit.
This is like, I'm telling you, this is like a crazy episode for me because I don't know where to put it. Because there's ones that are, I don't know if there's a worse episode, but there's ones that are less entertaining. So
I'm just gonna I'm gonna text you tonight. While you're sleeping.
You're gonna go brain. What is
brain and brain?
Change your grade next week.
No, okay.
I don't honestly, I could give a flying F what you give it. I'm just playing devil's advocate here and trying to help you out.
No, you're right. So I gave the children shall lead a 3. I'm going to go 3.5 because we can do that because I can't give this a 4. It doesn't deserve a 4 and under any circumstances. So I'm giving it a 3.5. Now I feel good about that. That's my compromise.
Okay.
All right.
What about
Thank you,
Cox
Ron, for your coaching.
Cock sprain.
Yeah, what does Cox Sprain think about this?
I'm going to give it an 8. I'm going as far retarded as Anna is with City on the Edge of Forever.
You're just trying to pull back something from that one, huh?
Yeah, I need to pull back the energy from Anna's ridiculous grading on that one.
Yeah, that one begs the logic. I don't know.
Yeah, it's beyond understanding. No, I can't get past anything but the premise. And me enjoying Nimoy's performance isn't enough for me to give it, and then there's just nothing about it that even the set sucked, you go in and then they were doing that dissolve where McCoy's working and it's dissolving to Kirk and he's looking around and
I know that was so bad.
They're trying to do time, time
James Doohan's looking all worried and it was just yeah. I'll have to give this a 3.5 too.
After all that, Ron agrees with me.
Well, I got you to a 3.5. That's what I was going to give.
You lifted me up to your level. There we go.
Never say I'm not the wind beneath your wings, Aaron.
Well, I gave the Children Shall Lead a 3.
3.5.
3.5. Okay. This one is much more enjoyable than that one. That one's sort of a slog. And even though that one I felt was better than I remembered it for many reasons, but on the enjoyable factor, I got to give this one a 0.5 point more. But that's it. The stupid factor takes it down. So I'm going to go with a 4 on this one.
The stupid factor.
It's so stupid.
That should have been the name of this episode, the stupid factor.
Yeah.
That's also what we're going to call anytime Anna brings up City on the Edge of Forever, we're going to call it that. We're not going to tell her why. We're just going to go stupid factor.
Stupid factor.
And then we'll all know what we're talking about.
All right. And the people in the chat will know too. So everybody's in on the joke.
Oh, wait. Fiction Method says 4 ties it with Galileo 7, I Mud, and Omega Glory for me.
No, Galileo 7 is better than this. I think.
I like
it. You know what? I like that. I'm good with that. Because all of those I disliked for various reasons. And I think a 4, I think I nailed it.
All right. Yeah. It's funny. I like every one of those episodes. I think I give every one of those a good score.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I think you did.
I don't think I was there for Galileo 7, and I don't think Or was it?
Anytime you got giant cavemen hitting a shuttlecraft with a big rock, come on.
Mm.
The part in Galileo 7 where the girl slides on her knees under the there. It's just like, what is that? Get back in your chair, dummy.
That was drama. It was drama, is what it was.
Galileo 7 would have been better if they showed the makeup on the giants too, because they were really horrific. Not by today's
Well,
standards,
I
but
kind of
really
like
cool.
the whole thing where they keep it mysterious, where you just see his back over, in the beginning, and the guy's like, nah.
But they did some really cool makeup on him, but the
didn't
network said it was too scary. So
Okay.
they cut all those scenes.
Didn't they show it like in the end credits later?
Yeah.
Something like
I
that.
think it's in the end credits, or it was in like some promo stuff.
Yeah, your problem with it, Graham, was the disrespect the crew had for Spock.
Yeah.
I agreed with.
Bowman in particular.
But it cannot ever overcome the caveman factor for me.
I don't know. They're balsa wood spears picked.
Oh,
they're light spears, but they're made to look like they weigh 500 pounds each or something.
Yeah,
and they just kind of land. They're just like they go flopping down. They don't really have any trajectory.
Now, see, now you guys are criticizing the budget constraints of television in 1968.
Yes, we are.
So,
you're telling me you've never done that?
No, I do it all the time. But cavemen is too compelling for me. Giant cavemen is like that's a 10, and then you start at a 10 with giant cavemen, and you work your way down with like
have very low standards.
Giant caveman is a 10. Okay.
Yeah.
So all right.
It's the Frazetta in me that.
So what did you give it when Daryl Hannah gave the first blowjob in Clan of the Cave Bear?
I never saw it. Did she? There was a scene where she did that. Seriously?
To a cave.
Oh God!
There was two clans, like caveman clans, and one was a rival tribe. And to calm them down, she went over and blew one of the dudes.
Where did
look at Aaron contemplating that? Yeah,
I'm
that's
like,
a 10. That's a 10.
And where is that streaming on?
Where would she have learned this technique? That's what I want.
That's what the other cavemen were wondering. They're
It's
like,
natural.
It became a docile society just based on Daryl Hannah.
Aaron grades by monsters. Ron grades by women's measurements.
I don't know about that. I definitely throw that in there for sure. Yeah, that is true.
And Anna grades by emotion and personal connection to the episode.
Yes.
And we all know emotions aren't rational, so
that's right.
There's that.
Oh, that's funny. Well, next week we get our first product placement in in the episode. As Gene Roddenberry tries to shill some of his shit.
Which episode is it?
It's the IDIC medallion.
Oh God, that's
infinite diversity.
Yeah, right. Infinite combinations of infinite.
Yeah.
Oh God, don't say that word, diversity. Oh.
I really despise this episode, and so I'll be interesting to watch it again and see if I hate it as much as I remember.
Hey, which episode is
it? Is there in Truth No Beauty?
Oh, the Diana Muldaur one.
Yeah. I don't like her.
Beginning to hate it.
She's so cold.
Yes, she's a very unappealing actress.
When she was in Next Gen as Dr. Pulaski, she was so unlikable. She only lasted a season.
Yep.
And she also had another, like her and her cohort or ambassador or whatever.
She's in 2 Star Trek episodes. Well, no, she was in the one with Sargon.
Yeah, she was in Sargon, but
also,
but she had somebody who assisted her in this one and loved her or something.
Yeah. He's like a real simp.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. At least Kirk didn't make out with her on this one.
Yeah.
Or try to seduce her. Spock almost seemed like he would have been a good match for her.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about it next week. There was one thing I thought was cool. So
Okay.
Okay.
All right, gang. We're back at it. We'll be back again next week. Appreciate everybody stopping in and catching up with us. So homework next week is episode 62. Is there in truth no beauty?
Dun, 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 dun. Tricorder.
Yeah. Wait, before we go, Cox Sprain has to show you this very cool.
Right.
Look at this.
Lamar.
I love the little TV screen. That is so
I
cool.
know.
I wish you could see it has the Edith Keeler stuff on there. It has.
Well, I
we can
saw the
see it
Star
right
Trek
now.
logo when you first fired it up.
Let me see if I can show anything else. Let's see. Archive. Let's see. I could show. It does show.
I want to see
It has
Edith
pictures of a lot of the characters. Can you see Baylock?
Oh yeah, yeah, Baylock.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It has Baylock. It has. Let's see. It has Harry Mudd. It has a thing that measures Harry Mudd's lying. Press it. It has this meter. That registers Harry Mudd's lies. Has pictures. The newsreel from the Germany, Nazi Germany. Let's see. Let's try that one. There's the Tholian web.
Ooh,
Oh,
I like
yeah.
the Tholian web.
Yeah.
Can't wait for that one.
So
Each of these
what's the
discs
power source
actually
for that?
these discs actually come out, right? Like here, I'll show you. These discs come out, and you replace them, and it has another
Different stuff on it.
different stuff on each disc.
Wow, interesting.
You can bypass it by doing an override on the tricorder, and then you have to switch them all to the right one. If you put it into the right slot, that's the one that will show up on the tricorder. And it has all the planets of the solar system and gaseous giants, and gives it their weight, their actual weight, mass, climate, everything else. It has a temperature a real temperature read. It'll tell you the temperature and humidity outside. It's like crazy. The thing actually works.
What's the power source? Battery, or is it like USB?
Yeah, connected to a lithium thing that you hook up to you set it down on a thing that it's like a metal thing that automatically charges it.
Does it have an ionic generator in there?
Yeah, no.
Ion powered
engine.
Maybe a crystal of dilithium, perhaps.
Yeah, and it has a little thing where you keep the medical scanner in here, and it has.
Does it have the medical scanner too?
No, you have to get that. Wand hasn't made that, but you can buy them from Diamond Select, I think.
Oh wow!
But it's just an amazing. I mean, it's a toy, but it's actually a functional one.
Yeah, that's cool.
Better than they had on the show. And he went off of Hua Chang's actual designs,
Yeah,
blueprints and everything, and they laser etched everything. Scanned it, and they made it's a USB port that charges it in the back, and then it connects to it.
that's cool.
Keeps it charged.
I'm gonna have to look for one of those.
I know.
Yeah, they're on. Look right now. They're on Amazon Prime. I think they're selling them right now.
Oh, okay.
I think they
I'll
might
check it out.
have them, unless it says it's sold out already.
Yeah,
But it's awesome.
yeah.
All right.
All right, gang. Well, thanks a lot, everybody. We will see you again next week. Have a good one. Bye bye.